Alright, hi everyone, it's Carlisa, and I decided to do a video today from Norris Dam. I actually went to Norris Middle School, so I'm hanging out in my hometown today. And the Norris Dam, by the way, is about 265 feet high, and notable visitors to the dam here include former President Franklin Delano Roosevelt and even track star Jesse Owens. So that's just some interesting information about the dam here, and it's a gorgeous day, so it's a nice day to be filming outside. So enjoy the view of the dam, and this is the Clinch River here, and enjoy that while we talk about the most important questions to ask your military recruiter. Just like you're not going to go to battle without being armed with the proper equipment, your flak vest, your Kevlar, etc., you're not going to want to go to your recruiter's office if you're not armed with the right information and knowledge. So, one of the things to ask your recruiter is, what is the minimum ASVAB score for your MOS or AFSC? Now, different MOSs have different minimum scores. So what you're going to do, of course, is research the different MOSs or AFSCs if you're going into the Air Force, and have a list of the ones you're most interested in, and take those to your recruiter and say, okay, what's the minimum score for this one? What's the minimum score for this next one? So that's one of the most important things you're going to ask your recruiter. Another important thing is to ask how long training is going to last. Different MOSs have different trainings and different training locations. And this is the type of information you're definitely going to want to know before you sign on that dotted line. Another question to ask your recruiter is about the Guard, the Reserve, and active duty. You're going to ask your recruiter to explain the differences among active duty, reserve, and Guard options, because it's your career, it's your life, so you're going to be, signing on a dotted line, and you're going to be locked in for at least a few years. So just make sure you have a clear understanding and you're coming in the way you want to. Another thing to make sure you ask your recruiter is the height and weight standards, along with the physical fitness standards, because these standards vary from one branch to another, and oftentimes the requirements that you have to meet initially at basic or boot camp are different from the requirements you have to meet once you've been in for a while. So make sure you're clear on those standards, and of course make sure you're working out, you're dieting, doing what you need to do to meet those standards. And another thing you're going to want to ask your recruiter to do is talk to you about where you're likely to be stationed based on your MOS. So some bases are more popular for certain MOSs or AFSCs, and that's going to be important to you if location is a critical part of your decision to join the military. And it's not a bad idea, of course, to ask your recruiter to write the answers to these questions down. Hint, hint. You would expect a lawyer to say that, right? Make sure you get the recruiter to write the responses to these questions down. And this is really so that you can remember what the recruiter says. And of course, you can pull out the information and look back at it if you need to. And those are really the most important questions you're going to want to make sure you ask your military recruiter. And other than that, guys, I would just say check out some of my videos that I've already put up. For instance, I did a video not too long ago about the differences between the Guard and Reserve, so you can click that link right here. Make sure you check that out, because you also want to do your own research before you go to the recruiter's office. And the other thing I'll leave you with is something I've said before, and that is trust but verify. And with that said, guys, I'm gonna enjoy the peaceful river here.